Hello there, Devil fans. This is Chris from the Uncle Pucker, New Jersey Devil podcast. We're going to do a quick little preview about the upcoming game. Devils are taking on the Los Angeles Kings Thursday night at The Rock. Those dastardly Stanley Cup stealing Los Angeles Kings. The team coming out east, we don't get to see a whole lot. So let's dive a little bit in to what's going on with the Los Angeles Kings right now. They have played 28 games. They are 17, 8, and 3. They have 37 points. They are fifth in the league in winning percentage at .661. They are 14th in the league in goals scored with 86, third in the league with goals against at 71. They are ninth in the league on goal differential. They are a plus 15. Their penalty kill is 80.4%. That's good for 14th in the league. And their power play is 16.7%, way down at the bottom, 28th in the league. And team save percentage for the Los Angeles Kings is .895. That's 16th in the league. Look, it's the same old guys, right? It's Kopitar and Kempe. Kopitar is leading this team right now with 8 goals, 24 assists. He has 32 points, and Kempe's got 14 goals, 14 assists, 28 points. They're second in the Pacific Division, just 2 points behind the Vegas Golden Knights. Kings are on a heater, to quote Jack. They've won 6 in a row now coming into this game. Their last win was Tuesday, which was a 3-1 win at the Island against the Islanders, who play on the island. They've been hot, and that's kind of wasn't sure what to make of the Los Angeles Kings going into this year. You know, they moved PLD over to Washington. They got Darcy Kuemper over there to kind of hope to shore up their goaltending. And I was never a big fan of Darcy Kuemper, but this is one of those trades that, I mean, if you take PLD's contract out of it, but if you just look at player for player, it seems to have helped both teams, both Washington and LA. I think both teams are better for those moves. So they have David Rittich in goal and Darcy Kuemper. Rittich right now kind of looks like their number one. He's 10-6-0. He has a 2.45 goals against average and an .891 save percentage. Darcy Kuemper is 6-2-3. He's 2.37 goals against with a .907 save percentage. So Kemper's played pretty well for them. He did play the game on Long Island. He let up 1 goal on 20 shots and had a .950 save percentage. So that's kind of what's going on with the Kings. The Devils, however, are on a 2-game skid. Dropped the last game in overtime to the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's a frustrating game. And the Uncle Puckers, we will be dropping a show after this Kings game. We're going to talk a little bit, probably a lot of bit, about the game against Toronto. It was frustrating. But on the plus side, you know, teams get goalied. These things happen. Devils are in a very good spot right now. They're still solidly in a playoff position, which is not something we could say last year. And if they play this way against, honestly, like 90% of the NHL, they're going to light them up the way that they played last night. So is there cause for concern? Not really. I would say my concern level is like a solid 5 right now. These next 2 games against the Blackhawks and against the Kings, if they go the other way, then maybe my concern level ticks up a little bit. But right now, it's, like 4.5 to a 5. I'm not overly concerned. Devils are 18-10-3, sitting on 39 points with a .629 winning percentage. That's 10th in the league. 103 goals scored. That's 5th. Good for 5th. 84 goals against. That's good for 14th. They have a 19 goal differential. That's good for 7th. Their power play has been ridiculous. Not so much these last few games, but still 31.3% is good for 1st in the league. And if they stay at this pace, which is pretty impossible, but they would probably end up having one of the top 1 or 2 best penalty kills in the history of the NHL. So, I mean, power plays. I said penalty kills. It's late, guys. I meant the power play. Penalty kill, 81.1. That's 11th. Was doing a lot better. They seem to be kind of good for one, power play goal against each game right now, and the team save percentage is 898. That's 10th. This is kind of where the Devils' troubles are and what we're going to get into next, right? So Jesper Bratt is playing phenomenal. He's having a great season. He's got 13 and 25. He's got 38 points, right? Then you got Jack. He's 11 and 24 for 35. Nico's 15 and 12 for 27. Timo 9 and 11 for 20. Even Dougie's in on the action with 5 goals and 16 assists for 21 points. Like, these are our name players, and our name players are delivering. But the problem is the depth, and this is what we thought we were getting this year, and it has not been that way. The depth scoring has dried up big time, and you're talking Mercer, 6 goals, 8 assists for 14 points, and then it just falls right off a cliff. Erik Haula, 5 and 6 for 11. Andre Palat, 4 for 5 for 9. Tomas Tatar, 3 and 6 for 9. Put this in perspective. Andre Palat, Tomas Tatar, Erik Haula, right? 5 goals, Haula, 4 goals, Palat, 3 goals, Tatar. Seamus Casey played 8 games for the New Jersey Devils, and he has 3 goals. And he's a defenseman. And he played 8 games, and he has as many goals as Tomas Tatar and 1 less than Andre Palat. Let's just think about that for a second. Our secondary scoring has been abysmal, and we're going to talk more about these things in the upcoming show. And what can we do to fix these? Because you're not going to be trading people. So is it moving guys around from line to line? There's a problem here. Certain guys, and the guys I just mentioned mainly, they're just not contributing in an offensive way. We talked about everybody. So they do the little things. I understand that, but tons of guys throughout the league do the little things and can contribute on an offensive pace. So we know Jake Allen went down with the injury in the Colorado game. It looks like it might be a little bit longer than we thought. Isaac Poulter has been called up from Utica, but Jacob Markstrom is going to get this game. However, I know this might not be a popular idea, but I would totally give Isaac Poulter the Blackhawk game. Let's see what the kid can do. Throw him in there. And, look, I think we can beat the Blackhawks. We play a game, we play the way we played against Toronto. We will put 7 up against Chicago. So put the kid in. Let's see what he can do. He's 24 years old. In front of this defense, you never know, right? You just never know. Sometimes you strike gold. I mean, he might give up 4 goals on 4 shots, but let's put him in. I would. It's probably not going to happen. Jacob Markstrom this year, he's as advertised. He's playing as well as I think Devil fans could expect. 13, 6, and 2. He's got a .906 save percentage, 2.48 goals against. Just needs some run support, man. We're talking about the Devils have scored 1 goal in the last 2 games. And for teams that boast Jesper Bratt, Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, Timo Meier, that's kind of, that's unacceptable. These guys, I don't want to say unacceptable, but you guys know what I mean, right? It's not this team. This team is a very good offensive team. And it's not going in right now. We've been goalied and, we hit some posts, but again, those guys that I just mentioned are not going to be the catalyst each and every night. And if you're going to win consistently, which is something that New Jersey Devils have not been able to do this year, if you're going to win consistently, then you need the depth scoring. You need guys to help out. And right now, they're not. Offensively, they are not. Just chew on what I said about Seamus Casey. I went over that. I saw his numbers, and I mean, my eyes bulged out of my head. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah. So anyway, we played the Kings twice last year. They beat us twice last year, but everybody beat us last year. We lost to them 2-1, and we lost them 5-1. All time, the New Jersey Devils are 41, 57, 11, and 4 all time against the Los Angeles Kings. And Jacob Markstrom has a career record of 12-6-4 with a 911 save percentage and a 2.83 goals against all time against the Kings. Most likely, it will be Darcy Kuemper against Jacob Markstrom tomorrow. So, what to expect in this Kings game? The Devils have had game 4 of a 5-game homestand. When this was the homestand that they were supposed to get right and kind of put the league on notice that the Rock is a difficult place to play. And if you have to come in here, you're not going to win, and it's going to be a brutal 60-minute test if you are going to pull 2 points out. Well, that hasn't happened, right? They're 1-1-1 now on their homestand. And so I think for that, this King game is super important. Because and don't look past it thinking, okay, well, we win this game. We'll get to the Chicago game when we get there. But again, you could make this a winning home record if you win tonight against the Kings. This is big. So what are you going to do? Play the way they played against Toronto. I mean, they played a fantastic game, right? They pressured them. They had tons of offensive zone time. They were able to their board battles, their loose pucks, they were great with their sticks. I mean, two shots, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the big, bad, mighty Toronto Maple Leafs had 2 shots on goal, in the first period. And that's a testament to the Devils. Keep doing that, all right? You're not going to get Anthony Stolarz in net every single night. Just do it. Devils will be okay. They'll get back on the winning side. They'll play better. They have, they're not going to let this thing go. But don't underestimate LA. They are a very good team. So, I'm not going to sit here and say Devils need to do this, Devils need to do that. Devils need to do what they did against Toronto. It's that simple. Follow that game plan. Follow that game plan, you'll be successful. We know why they lost that game. And like I said, the Uncle Puckers will dive into that. We're going to talk a lot about that game. We'll talk a little bit about the LA game and what's coming. We have a couple of new games, too, that we're going to talk about and start one of them, which should be a lot of fun. If you are digging on this awesome, cool Uncle Pucker New Jersey Devil sticker, you can have one for free. All you have to do is go to the Uncle Puckers website, unclepuckers.com, go to the contact info, fill it out, and we will get those into the mail for you as soon as possible. And they make a great stocking stuffer, even a gift. Slap them on a Ranger fan's car, whatever you want. I just watched a Ranger-Buffalo game. Rangers aren't very good, guys, and Buffalo is even worse. So let's pull the trigger on Alex Tuch. We'll talk about that all later. Again, I'm Chris, Uncle Pucker, New Jersey Devil Podcast. Check it out. Thank you guys so much for listening. Let's go Devils.